Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. Jalen joining us right now is one of the most entertaining and energetic and hilarious people at ESPN. America's Caddy, host of America's Caddy at ESPN Plus. It is Michael Collins. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Y'all don't even, man, are you kidding? You know how long I've been waiting to get on this show? You know how many cool points I just got with two of my boys at home? I got a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old. That is crazy for Jalen and Jacoby. And both of them, when we went up to the Seaport, all they wanted to do was get a picture with Jalen. And so they did. So when I went home, I told them, yo, I'm about to be on Jalen and Jacoby today. I know Pops' cool points went through the roof today. So I've been waiting to come on and talk with y'all, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
You always have cool points with us. You're one of the coolest people at ESPN. And, of course, this is a big week for you as you cover golf, and this is the Masters week. What is the difference between this year's Masters and last year's Masters that was held in November?
Man, so last year you saw Dustin Johnson set the scoring record. The course played completely different in November than it's going to play in April. One, because of the grass and the temperature. I know that sounds crazy to say, but it makes a big difference. When the temperature's cooler and there was a whole bunch of rain, the course got soft so guys could score real easier than they normally would have been able to, which is what you saw Dustin Johnson do when he won. Now this temperature is a little bit warmer. The course is playing crazy firm and fast. So you ain't going to see no record scores. This course is going to play tougher than it did in November. I think guys are still going to score well, but it ain't going to be like it was in November. You're going to see dudes hitting shots from pine trees, which is crazy.
Michael, there's something significant happening at the Masters this year. Lee Elder is going to be the honorary starter. Why is this so very significant?
You know, Lee Elder was the first African-American to actually play in the Masters. Back in the day, the Masters, you couldn't play here. This was one of those places. And, you know, you even heard Tiger Woods talk about it before. And then the Masters changed the rule and said anybody who wins the tournament can get in. Lee Elder won the tournament. So they had to let him in. And this dude was getting phone calls and threats. This is back before cell phones, but he was getting phone calls at like his hotel, like, N-word, do you really think you're going to get to tee it up? You ain't hitting that first shot. And It was so historic that he got to play. He missed the cut, shot 74-78, but there can only be one first. And earlier last year, Gary Player said something to me because Gary and Jack were the ceremonial first tee shot guys, you know, since Arnold Palmer passed away. And Gary said, you know what would be the right thing? We should have Lee Elder with us. And boom, next thing you know, the Masters invited Lee Elder to be with Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player. You got the two GOATs and the first African-American to ever play at the Masters hitting the ceremonial tee shot. Man, it matters big time, especially in today's society.
Absolutely. And after Lee Elder and those others hit that ceremonial first tee shot, who should we be focused on? Who are some players that we should be watching this year to potentially win it all?
Ooh, man, there's a few of them. So, you know, the golden child, Jordan Spieth, my man finally got a win under his belt last week. So that's one of the dudes who's the favorite. But don't also sleep on Dustin Johnson. Like, this dude won the Masters in November, so he only got to keep this green jacket for 4.5, 5 months. So, you know, most of the time when you win the Masters, you get to take the jacket for a year and travel it around. DJ's like, hold up, bro. Why I only get 4 months? This is bull, bro. This ain't cool. You know, and his game is where it needs to be. But I'm going to tell you right now, watch Rocky 2. Do you remember that scene when Adrian came out of the coma? And they were both, her and Rocky, holding the baby for the first time. And she said, Rocky, I want you to do something for me. He's like, what? What do you want me to do? Win. John Rahm. John Rahm and his wife just had a baby on Sunday. And this dude has had some serious mojo at this place, even though he's never got a win here and doesn't have a major under his belt yet. You want to talk about story of the year? Now, you're looking at Brooks Koepka. Brooks just showed up. Do I think Brooks can be a contender this week? 28 days after knee surgery? It'd be a good story, but nah, bruh.
Now, that's a fabulous breakdown, NCAA tournament bracket style. But I need to pin you down for an actual winner. Who wins the Masters?
Oh, man. Why you gonna really do this to me, bro? First time on the show like this? You know what though? That John Rahm story, man, that's such a feel-good story. Like John Rahm doing it, like it gave me goosebumps trying to go through my head. Colin Morikawa, Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth all playing well. But man, John Rahm having a baby and then showing up and winning, I gotta go with John Rahm, man. You see him skipping it across the water on the par 3 16 just for fun. How do I bet against my man?
Well, at least him being in the Masters gets him out of those late night feedings that we've all done before. And finally, before we let you go, we have to ask you about your Philadelphia 76ers. The Nets are having some injury problems. Joel Embiid is back. How do you feel about your Sixers right now?
Man, I feel good, bro. I tell you what, two underrated things that have happened with the Philadelphia 76ers. Number one, the impact Doc Rivers has had as the coach. That's the big thing that not a lot of people are talking about. That really changed the way that Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons interact with each other on the basketball court. And I think that really, really matters. But you know one thing that nobody's talking about? And you see him right there backing up. Nobody's talking about the impact of Seth Curry coming from Dallas, going to Philly. Having somebody to take that kind of pressure off of Ben Simmons and then let him be who he needs to be. Well, you throw him in there with Tobias Harris, now Embiid's back and Ben Simmons gets to do his thing. Man, I'm excited about it. But don't get it twisted. I'm a Philly fan. And as a Philly fan, we all know the worst thing our teams ever give us is hope. So ain't nobody love Philly teams more than Philly fans. Ain't nobody hate Philly teams more than Philly fans. Trust me when I tell you.
Well, we hope that you'll come back and join us another time. It's been so much fun. You can always catch Michael on America's Caddy on ESPN+. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Bro, there's golf tournaments every week nowadays. We can do this whenever you want to, man.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.